Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten here, bringing you part 12 in our Let's Play of Strange Horticulture. We are on day 15, Friday. Looks like a relatively calm day today. We have two cards here. One from the previous day that I couldn't really figure out, 8 miles to the east. And then this new one, which upside down says, the cycle starts again, west of White Scar by the river. So, west of White Scar by the river. If we can find something called White Scar. White Scar. By a river. West of White Scar by the river. So, like, here or here. Both of these are west by the river. Yay! The sun-bleached skull fixes me with its black-eyed gaze, a reminder. From the chest of the skeleton, a plant grows. Okay, it looks fairly simple. I love the burgundy color of the flower, though. It's very pretty indeed. So, let's see here. We still have several letters that we haven't been able to solve. We have this letter of different fungi. We still have this clue. We still have this, which has been solved and found us some secret things, but haven't been like put in the archives or anything. So I'm still a little concerned about those. Let's see. Oh, okay, let's see. So this is Gosforth, 8 miles to the east of Gosforth. Is there a place called Gosforth? There must be. 8 miles to the east of Gosforth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in these mountains. Well, let's give it a try. That's more of a lead than I've had on that particular card in the last episode. So let's give it a go, shall we? That'll feel more successful. Water my glowhorn here. Okay, 8 miles to the east of Gosforth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay! Figured it out. Note to self, always look at all your clues. Gazing at the still water of the lake, its black waters draw me into a reflective trance. Here and there, flowers that I don't recognize grow along the bank. And I shall take them. New plants acquired. Okay, we've got like a poofy blue one and this kind of sickly green looking one, which is interesting. Let's plop that down there, and you can come over here. We have a lot of plants that we haven't really identified yet. I'm almost wondering if it wouldn't be helpful to look through our book here. Aguria. When burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool, characterize this plant, which sounds an awful lot like this. Soft pale blue flowers. So I'm going to tentatively label this as Aguria with the yellow label. We can put that up here. These are ones that like we're pretty sure are labeled correctly. So I'm going to say that's probably Aguria. What else haven't we labeled? Caldery. The uses of Caldery are not well known. Some say it has applications in dark magic, but this author has found neither substance nor specifics to back up those claims. Those who worship the huntress Arduina place the flower as an offering to ensure a successful hunt. It grows from a thin stem with small leaves. So, hard to say. This has a thin stem with small leaves. A soft aroma that reminds me of a pine forest. It has 2 stamens though, and this one only has 1, and the petals don't look quite right. So, let's see. A rather unpleasant scent. This one has a strawberry scent. It doesn't look like any of these, I don't think. Any of the ones that we haven't identified yet. So I'm guessing we maybe don't have Caldery. Dead Man's Fingers. I'm pretty sure we had that. Did we not label that already? Yeah, Dead Man's Fingers. We just haven't used it yet. That one's pretty distinctive. Devil's Nightcap. This plant is known colloquially as, maybe we've Have I labeled Caldery yet and we just haven't used it? Common Trowse, Candlewood, Caldery. Oh yeah, I've totally labeled that. How did the Bishop's Parasol get out of order? You're supposed to be here. Actually, you're supposed to be here. Okay, so I have labeled Caldery. I just haven't officially identified it. So Devil's Nightcap. This plant is known colloquially as a corpse's friend. If ingested as a seed, it will cause a slow, agonizing death, and the plant will grow out of the body once deceased. It has a light, pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. Boiling the root in vinegar creates a tonic against fevers and poisons. That reminds me of a pine forest. Okay, so this is probably the Devil's Nightcap. The leaves do look very similar. Colloquial as a corpse's friend. It will cause a slow, agonizing death, and the plant will grow out of the body once deceased, which we found it in a skeleton, so I guess that makes sense. And that makes it sound very dangerous, so we're going to give it a pink tag and call it the Devil's Nightcap. Question mark, because we're not positive. But that seems fairly likely. What else do we got? What else? Evelum. The scent it produces is considered overpowering by some, but it is said to stimulate the senses and rejuvenate aching bones. Evelum has many short, pretty leaves. Let's see. The scent it produces is considered overpowering by some, said to stimulate the senses and rejuvenate aching bones. This has many short, pretty leaves. Somewhat pungent. This could definitely be the Evelum, if I consider it to be somewhat pungent. So we're going to put this at it sounds like a positive effect. So we'll call this Evelum, question marks, with a positive effect, yellow. Okay, what else? We have Farmer's Worry, a spongy mushroom with potent abilities, only safe to consume in small quantities. Grants great strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue once the effect has worn off. I mean, these look very similar. The red caps have a spongy texture, spongy mushroom. Farmer's Worry. Sounds pretty dangerous. So I think I'm going to call it that, especially if it's called a worry, Farmer's Worry. Pretty sure that's what that is. We also have Glowhorn, which I think I've labeled. Yep, we've got that labeled as pretty likely. We also have Henchuck, which I think I've been looking for Henchuck. The fruit of the henchuck can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts it has been known to cause severe amnesia. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns blue-green, it is ready to harvest. And I still don't think I have anything that's even like that. Because wasn't I looking for henchuck for a elixir? I'm also realizing that several of my plants are not quite in alphabetical order, which is a little frustrating. G, H. Okay, my Harlequin Blue is supposed to be there. So still no henchuck. But perhaps we have the lesser Meridoc? The round flower head of the Meridoc is made up of smaller yellow florets. A single drop of the strong-smelling sap made from this plant can utterly drain a person's mental faculties, rendering them slow and uncomprehending. I wonder if... This doesn't look like it's made up of smaller yellow florets, so I still think that's probably the Evelum. And we don't have anything else that's yellow, so probably don't have the lesser Meridoc. But do we have Liverstone? Caution is advised when handling this plant due to the strong paralyzing agents contained within. The Liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps. Probably this. It smells rotten. I mean, that looks very similar. So let's rename it the Liverstone. And it doesn't sound very positive, so we're gonna call it Liverstone, question mark? Okay. We also need Palliance. I thought I'd labeled that. Palliance. Meekdew, Norwood, Wren, Royal Kentia. Maybe I haven't labeled Palliance. Maybe I needed it. Most plants offer a small improvement to air quality, but the Palliance is in a class of its own. It is sometimes called sweet breath thanks to the freshness of the air in its vicinity. The many short leaves of this plant are thought to help filter toxins from the surrounding air. That sounds really familiar. I don't know. Many short leaves. Oh, that's because it's probably right here. Cool. Cool. Prittle. Coveted by the rich, pretty prittle is crushed to make dyes. This is a very rare plant that is hard to come by and requires great care to cultivate. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals and 2 stamens. Purple flowers with a gentle stem. I mean, that looks like a prittle. It's rich, it's pretty. Let's call it a prittle. Doesn't really do much, except be pretty. Pretty prittle. Prittle? Question mark? Okay. And I think we're getting close. We have Sour Bandy. The Sour Bandy can help with memory recovery, especially if the memory has been deliberately sabotaged. The name of this plant derives from the fact that although edible, the large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste. The leaves feel smooth and soft underneath. The large stamen seems to be the source of that acerbic odor. Extremely bitter, large stamen. Perhaps this is the Sour Bandy. Can help with memory recovery, which sounds pretty positive. Let's call this the Sour Bandy. And we'll put this over here. So these are the ones that we know nothing about. And then these are the ones that we think we know. And then these are all the ones that have been properly labeled. Okay, Spring Wax Cap. An edible mushroom with some mild medicinal properties. When dried and eaten, it can help relieve pain. I don't think I have any other mushrooms. Nope. Okay. We also need Storian. The dark red fruits should not be ingested under any circumstances as they are highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death. A cross-section of the stem shows the distinctive triple xylem and phloem of the Storian. Dark red fruits. Red fruits, long flat leaves. Cross-section of the stem shows a distinctive triple xylem and phloem of the Storian. Okay, I mean, red fruits, dark red, highly poisonous. Okay, let's call this the Storian. It is a dangerous secret, so... Storian. It is dangerous sounding. We don't want to eat that. That sounds bad. Sounds very bad. Swift Snare. The binder, ankle grabber, and never let go are several of the names given to this plant that may give some clue as to its properties. Once ensnared, it is impossible to extricate oneself without help. Swift Snare has small, heart-shaped leaves. Heart-shaped leaves. So it's a possibility that this is Swift Snare, but I just feel like it would say something about the mushrooms. Sharp thorns grow along the edges of the upper leaves. Yeah, that just looks like a Venus flytrap. So I don't feel confident labeling the Swift Snare yet. Last one we have is Widow's Woe, said to induce fear, also called Kempfoot, partly due to its unpleasant scent. Dainty dark flowers grow out from a bed of long, thin leaves. Dainty dark flowers grow out from a bed of long, thin leaves. Dark purple flowers. Dainty dark flowers grow out from a bed of long, thin leaves, said to induce fear, partly due to its unpleasant scent. Well, it doesn't say anything about an unpleasant scent. The flowers are very delicate. The petals fall easily. Also doesn't say anything about a unpleasant scent, but it does say that the flowers are delicate. They're also not that dark, though. Well, let's call that good for now. That was a lot. That was a lot of identification. I think we made a good dent in our mysterious plants here. I've lived in Undermere all my life, and I've never seen the people as worried as I are now. Everyone's talking about the sisterhood and the servant. Somebody needs to do something to stop that beast. I'm trying. I was speaking to a woman from Arnside who told me of a cave nearby that the locals stay away from. Apparently there is a strange plant that grows there, but the cave is believed to be haunted. Unfortunately, she was vague about where the cave was. Somewhere to the east was all she would say when I pressed her. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Somewhere to the east of Arnside. Okay. Here's Ambleside. Arnside. Arnside. Somewhere to the east in a cave of Arnside. Okay, here's Arnside. Somewhere to the east. I mean, White Scar Cave? Maybe? A thin crack runs down the rock face, widening as it nears the ground, just wide enough for a man to slip through, but there's a problem. A large boulder blocks the entrance, too heavy to move. I think this is the farmer's worry. Yes, it is. Okay, good. Good. I am surprised at how easily I am able to roll away the boulder with the help of the farmer's worry. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I discover several clusters of fungi growing there, reaching out desperately to the thin strip of light provided by the crack. We also got a book entry for Twilight Lepiota. In the twilight where shadows grow, take leaf and root and eye of crow, a plant of gloom and despair and dark magic. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell it gives off is quite foul. The Twilight Lepiota. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. Okay, we also know for sure now that this is farmer's worry. So I can officially label that and scoot it with some other plants. But let's see here. Daisy Dock, you're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be over here. Right there. So a farmer's worry would have to be before the fever kiss. I wonder if I can squeeze the fever kiss onto here and then get the farmer's worry to fit on here. There we go. They're squished in, but they made it. All right, so that's good. And we got the entry for Twilight Lepiota. In the twilight where shadows grow, take leaf and root and eye of crow, a plant of gloom and despair and dark magic. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell it gives off is quite foul. And it's got kind of leaves that come off in groups of 4, which doesn't really look like any of these. So I'm not going to label it because I don't think I have it. Okay, collect. And then we have finished this letter. Oh, okay. We got a couple new mushrooms, actually. This one is looking a little less like liverstone now, but hopefully it is still the liverstone, because this one also has dark and imposing strange. My fingertips feel slightly numb. That could be the liverstone. Liverstone. Strong paralyzing agents. So this is not liverstone. This is unknown. We do not know what this is, but we do know that this is almost certainly the liverstone. So let's label this as the liverstone. Put it up there. Not certain that we know what this one is yet, although there are several mushrooms that we were still kind of waiting on, like the spring wax cap. Edible mushroom, mild medicinal properties. When dried and eaten, it can help relieve pain. Waxy reddish caps, wax cap. Okay, let's label that as the spring wax cap. Sounds pretty positive. Spring wax cap. Most likely. All right. Go team. Ding dong. I haven't forgiven you for whatever it was that you gave me the other day. I should have destroyed that elixir recipe when I had the chance. Whatever happens, you must not allow it to fall into the wrong hands. Okay. Fades into the darkness. Bye! Alden Gregory. My wife of 30 years is dying. That is the truth of it, as painful as it is to say out loud. The doctors say there is nothing they can do, but I cannot sit by and wait for it to happen. A man at the hospice let slip about a plant-based elixir. I don't think he meant for me to hear it, but I did, and it's all I can think about. I understand the risks, but any price is worth paying if it means she doesn't have to die. Please, I'm begging you. Oh, the elixir of the damned, which I haven't been able to make yet. I need to prepare an elixir. I should go to my laboratory, so I should hopefully have everything. Made from a combination of Arbutum alacritus. I wish I could search by their fancy names. Maculosus retinentia and mens fortis. Okay, Arbutum, Maculosus, mens. Arbutum alacritus, Caballia, which I do have. I know that that exists. Caballia, okay. Maculosus and mens. Maculosus and mens. Mens fortis is the Dranthium, which is this. And then mens maculosus. Maculosus. It's the henchuck. Do I have the henchuck? The fruit of the henchuck. Is it this thing? Is this the henchuck? Growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance. When the outer layer hardens, it turns blue-green and is ready to harvest. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure. Is this the henchuck? Brewing elixirs is a delicate art. I've made a mistake somewhere. I don't think this is the henchuck. But do I have something with it? Oh, is this it? Is this the henchuck? The fruit of the henchuck. Oh, it turns blue-green? The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in color. The orange fruits have no noticeable odor. Oh, maybe this is the henchuck. Startling effects on memory can result in short-term memory loss and causes severe amnesia. Well, that sounds bad. Okay, I'm gonna say that hopefully this is the henchuck. And that it creates the elixir. Ooh! Elixir of the damned. Okay. Well, let's go put it on our elixir shelf and label it as such. Sounds not great. Bring a person back from the brink of death, but at the expense of their soul. Those who have drunk it appear vacant and lost, alive but no longer really with us. Are you sure you want to give this to your wife? Elixir of the damned. It sounds really sad and like a bad idea. I don't recommend that, but there you go. Haverage. Pretty blue flowers line the stems of this sought-after plant. It is said that if you give haverage to your beloved under the light of a full moon, you will both live long and blessed lives. This one? An overpowering, sickly sweet scent. Those look quite similar. Pretty blue flowers line the stems. I think that's haverage. Under the light of a full moon, you will both live long and blessed lives. Okay, let's label this tentatively as haverage. Lots of plant labeling today. This is the plant labeling episode. What a delightful shop you have. I'm only in town for a brief visit, but I heard I might be able to get hold of some liverstone here. That was probably a horrible accent. Yay, it was liverstone. Thumb. Pronounced tomb. No, it's pronounced thumb. This flower is sometimes associated with death. Thumb is used as a fragrance in soaps and candles. This flower is sometimes associated with death, and it's got these kind of like little leaves. Maybe like this? Smells like sweet rhubarb. It could be that one. This, however, we now know for sure was liverstone. So that's what I'm gonna call it. Liverstone. And we can put it with all of the other L plants. Which, let's see. Lady of Summer, Lemon Dandy, Lesser Meridoc, Henchuck. What are you doing down here? All my plants got put back in weird places. Let's see. The Henchuck should have gone up here if the game was organizing the plants like I wanted. Or, let's see, we could do the Harlequin Blue. I can take the Hop Heart and put it down here. Right before the Jacob's Worth. And then the Henchuck can go up here. Harlequin Blue, Henchuck. Okay. And then the Liverstone should go after the LEs, LIS, long, okay, Liverstone. All right, so we've now labeled some more plants. Ding-a-dee-dong. Uh-oh. I can't control it anymore. This has all gone too far. I never meant for it to turn on my sisters. It's too strong. I'm trying to hold it back, but it wants to kill. That's all it wants. Death, death, and more death. You have to help me. Okay. At least you've told me what you want. Dead man's fingers. This fungus is typically found in dense forests, protruding through the mulch. At a glance, it can appear as though a corpse is reaching up from the undergrowth, said to strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. Do we want her mind sharpened? Sounds dangerous. Very dangerous. What about Widow's Woe? Said to induce fear, also called Kempfoot, partly due to its unpleasant scent. Dainty dark flowers grow out from a bed of long, thin leaves. Have I even, correctly identified Widow's Woe? Do I have a potential Widow's Woe? I do not feel confident that I even have Widow's Woe, but I also don't want, whoever this is to be afraid, because then you can do, people do dangerous things when they're afraid. But I also don't want the resolve strengthened. I think I'm gonna go with the Dead Man's Fingers because I at least know what that is. We'll see what happens. Carnivorous Tauren. Known in the north as Andrew's Bane, after the unfortunate demise of a man called Andrew Hardeen, he was caught and slowly eaten alive by a large specimen of the Tauren. Revered in the occult world, a cross-section of the Tauren stem reveals pentagonal symmetry. Huh. Well, that doesn't really help me if I can't cut open the plants now, does it? Pentagonal symmetry. A large... I mean, this plant looks like the only one that could be eating people, just saying. Hollis Gibb. There's been talk over the last few nights down the Royal Oak of a servant creature going around slaughtering people. I used to enjoy walking in the hills, but I daren't leave my house now. I've decided to bring nature to me in the meantime. The glow of a few pixie lamps would surely warm my heart. Glowhorn? Yay! Pennybell. The leaves of the pennybell are chewed by some for their hallucinogenic properties. However, it is highly addictive and can lead to sickness and death. Well, that's not good. Where might I put the glowhorn now that we are for sure that this is in fact the glowhorn? Let's see. Gandhi root should be over here. glow horn. I'm gonna take these H's and put them down over here so that I can put the glow horn up by the gray sandfire. I think that's what this is called, isn't it? Yes, the gray sandfire. Look at me learning plant names. How nice. Okay, ding dong. I understand it now. My mind is linked to the servant. With the elixir, I will be able to throw out the woman in the jade mask and take control for myself. Together we can end this. Meet me at the Daughter's Stone Circle tomorrow and bring the elixir. What elixir? What elixir? Oh no. Okay, well, guess let's end the day. To the east of the castle, across the river and through the mountain pass. Over the river and through the woods. It grows at the edge of the wood. Okay. She finally had the power she had craved all these years, a servant to do as she willed, but that power came at a cost. The servant was awoken and it would not be contained. It was the Dendru, the dread. It was death. Okie dokie. And we are almost at a full moon. It looks like the next day will be a full moon, which is intense. And now we're on day 16, a Saturday. And it kind of looks sunny today. But we are going to leave this episode right there, fellow detectives. I hope you enjoyed this part. I feel like we got a lot of labeling done. I feel like this was a very productive episode, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Nancy Drew Sims 4 and Strange Horticulture content. Thank you so much for watching, fellow detectives. I will see you soon.